Are you ready to take your brakes to the next level on your Transporter? Well, check them out. If you're thinking about knowing how to fit brakes, upgrade your brakes, anything to do with brakes, and you've got one of those, this is your video. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. I've got a brand new driveway mod video for you at long last, and this video is going to be about the upgrade to my brake discs and pads. Behind me I have got some brand new parts which have been kindly sent by Nutexa, and these are performance discs and pads which I've got a set of 4, so we've got slightly bigger ones for the front and the rear ones as well, and the pads. Just before I get outside and begin to install these, I will just run through some of the reasons why I'm doing this, and also a big thank you to Nutexa for sending me the brakes to test them out and install onto my van. Let me get these out and I'll show you what we're talking about. Okay, so this is obviously not to do with this. This is, while I'm installing these, I'm going to be recoating my brake calipers, because if you follow the channel, you'll notice that a couple of years ago now, I put this very same brand of caliper paint on the van, and it's held up so well that I've ordered another pack of it, because I'm just going to give it a fresh coat whilst I got everything stripped down. So if you want to do your discs, calipers rather, I will pin the video now up here so as you can go and check that out when you're done with this video. So Nutexa have sent me that is what we're talking about. So we got front discs, you've got your pads, sensor, some more pads in there. So we've got a set of 4 here, and then we've got, these are the rears. So these are slightly smaller, a bit more easy to hold. There we go. Just check that out. So these are classed as the grooved and dimpled discs, vented obviously front and rear. Now these are specifically for my Transporter, and I drive a T32 T6. So the brake discs on mine are slightly bigger than some of the other Transporters. However, Nutexa provide the brakes for all models of the T6, T5, T4, even T3s, and a whole bunch of other VAG vehicles. So you could head over and check out what other models on the Nutexa website, which I shall link here and down below in the description. So if you miss it, it's down there. Anyway, put that to one side a minute. Okay, if you just want to get straight into the fitting outside and the end results, then head to this point in the video and we'll get you straight there. But just before you go, if you are interested in a set of these for yourself, it's worth noting that if you enter the code T6 project in capitals, as I put on the screen, you will get yourself an extra 5% discount. One other thing that Nutexa do is that they will also offer a big brake upgrade. So if you're particularly looking to upgrade the size of your brakes, because you've got the smaller ones, they do that kind of stuff too. So head over and check them out once you're done with this video. Anyway, let's get into the benefits. Okay, so some of the benefits to upgrading your brakes like this is the brake discs themselves are made from high carbon steel, and the surround on the disc here actually on a lot of discs goes very rusty, including the ones on my van. So that will offer another level of protection, provided you don't use bad chemicals and things like that when you go to the car wash and stuff. Cheap acidic kind of products will take that off, but if you're using decent products to detail your vehicle, that will stay looking like that for years to come. The grooved and the dimpled side of you are that when you apply your brakes in either wet weather, or if you're applying them for performance reasons, like you're driving the vehicle hard, on the standard disc you don't have anywhere for that moisture or the gases to disperse, so the grooved and the dimpled effect help to disperse those gases, which continues to make sure that the brake pedal is active instead of getting what they call brake fade in the racing industry. You might say, well, I'm not looking to race my vehicle, but it can actually be as well if you were braking for long periods of time with a lot of load in there. You'll get brake fade from that because the brakes are heating up, causing more gases and so on. So that's some of the benefits to actually doing it. But you know what the big one is for me? This setup, the pads, you might be able to well relate to this, but when I clean my vehicle, especially with the silver wheels on, it's 5 miles down the road and I'm leaving traces of brake dust on those wheels straight away with the stock setup that I've got. These are a lot less dust to contend with, if any. It's very, very low levels of brake dust that are going to bleed off as you drive. Now, I haven't tested them myself yet, but that's one of the huge things that stood out to me, alongside the fact they look cool through the wheel, and also the benefit that should you be braking excessively, they're not going to get any kind of fade, so they'll be as good all the way through. But once I've enjoyed these brakes for a period of time, just like any other product, I will do another video just to kind of come back and explain how things are 6 months down the road, that sort of thing. Okay, so I'm going to get outside now, as always, and get the vehicle jacked up, get the wheels off, and then we'll get into it so you can see how much work is involved in swapping out these discs and pads. I shall see you out there. Let's do it. All right, we're all set up here. I've got some air in the bags, I've got all my gear over here ready to go, so it's nice and easy. I just need to get this stripped down, throw it on some axle stands, and then I can get into installing these discs. Also, got to throw a coat of paint on with the E-Tech caliper paint, as I was saying earlier. I'm only putting extra coats on because that's what I used before, and it stood the test of time really well, as I said before. So that shouldn't take too long. You're not supposed to drive the car for 24 hours after refitting all this and applying it, which is not a problem because it's not going anywhere for 24 hours. Anyway, let's get into it. Just a bit of advice on your painting. I know I wasn't making this video about the painting, but you notice here and here the black versus the red. I don't tend to paint in there. I know some do, but that's where the pads are supposed to slide, and as soon as you start putting paint in there, in my opinion, they're gonna slightly bind on the disc and all sorts. So my recommendation is you stop at this line and this line when you paint your calipers. This is fine, that's just a guard. Here's all fine. You can paint the spring, although it tends to come off when you refit in that, but avoid where the shoes mount if you're going to paint, because it really might cause you some problems with it sticking onto the disc where it can't slide in its housing. Anyway, that's not what this video is about, but that might help you. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that. Well, that's a bugger. Bit of a problem. Just gone to undo the caliper retaining nuts, which are a hex. Usually they're a 7 or an 8, but on this occasion they're a 9, and that's a little dirty move from the manufacturer, because that doesn't come in your usual set. It will jump from an 8 to a 10. And a 9mm is not something that's on the shelf on a Sunday in any Halfords, Machine Mart, Eurocar. You're not getting it. It's all special order parts. They don't actually stock them. I've had a good ring round, it's nothing. So I've ordered one from Amazon. That's going to take a couple of days to land. So unfortunately I can't complete this right now, and I'm going to have to put it all back together for now and pick this up another day. Morning. We're back. It's a few days later here. I have the tool. Look at that. 9mm. VW. If you're going to do this job, you're going to need a 9mm hex. And it appears that they also, BMW and Mercedes have gone that way, because it says on here. But anyway, I've got to get over it. We've got the tool. I've got it all stripped back down to where I left you, so we're just going to get straight back into this video, pick up where I left off with the 9mm. Look at that. Nice. All right, so that's that all installed on this side. I'm just going to go ahead and get the other side done. But first, I'm just going to go and grab a cup of tea. So I'll get that done off camera, and then we'll jump on the rears and I can show you what you got to do on there. Okay, so that's that side done as well. 35 minutes without all the cameras and malarkey. So if you're interested, about 35 minutes a side. Time to throw the wheels back on, and then I can get onto the rears and show you how to do those. Okay, so getting on with the rears then. In the box we've got nice bright yellow box. Got your rear pads, 4 of them. Got your sensor as well, wear sensor. Then you've got a slightly smaller matching grooved and dimpled discs. Something to be aware of, but I didn't mention it on the front. The directional. So with the direction the vehicle's going in, you need to make sure you put it on the right side. I actually think it does say, it did say on one of the packages, but your groove needs to be moving forward. So this is going to be on the near side, this is going to be on the off side. So that's what you're going to get in the box. Let's get them on the van. Okay, that's the brakes all installed. They look smashing, really good. They felt like good quality. I'm yet to test them out, and you know, it's probably not going to be something I comment on before this video goes out, but they certainly meet the expectations so far. And I want to say a massive thank you to Nutexa for sending me the brakes and asking me to make this video. It's been a pleasure. And as I said before, if you're thinking of copying you a set of these or any of their products, then use this code in your basket and you will save yourself some extra discount. That code's going to work for any brand. It's not just Transporters, and you'll save yourself some money. I'm going to leave all the links in the description. As I said before, you'll find all that information down below, and don't forget to let me know in the comments what you think to these brakes. In a few months' time, I'll bring things back up, let you know how I'm getting on with them, but to be honest, I can't see there being any problems. It's all downhill from here. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one real soon. Don't forget to subscribe.